I'm gonna change her name. It's not Auntie No, it's Auntie Kinder, because she's full of surprises. After 3 months of hard work, today we're gonna drive Auntie No, one way or another. Morning! Another day. Well, it's only one thing that stays between Auntie and the road, and those are the brakes. Well, I replaced everything, and what we need to do is to locate the master cylinder, because I'm pretty sure it looks just in an awful state like the rest. The problem is the master cylinder is, I think, right here, and I don't really have access to it. I could use this. At the time it seemed like a good idea, but that will come back to bite me later. I got a message from Matt and John Davis, who told me to check the overdrive inhibitor switch. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We saw this video that the overdrive works in the third as well as the fourth gear, and if I forget to reverse, I could wreck the gearbox, which I think this is the noise that I've heard and the reason why I actually stripped everything down. So we will check that first before I take it off the ramp. The fuel pump doesn't stop. I don't have any more fuel for it.
The overdrive is on, or selectable on, in every gear.
Including reverse?
Yes.
Oh dear. Really, Auntie? Really? Another surprise? I'm gonna change her name. It's not Auntie No, it's Auntie Kinder, because she's full of surprises. Dear, oh dear. Okay. Excuse me, I'm sorry for my bum. I found something. Here's the sucker. We start with reverse.
Okay.
It's good to read the manual. So the switch is absolutely useless.
Well.
Let's see if the relay works. Works.
Right, now I'm going to put it at a 4.
Okay. Yes, it does. Yeah, you can feel it. So we think that somebody found that the switch doesn't do what it's supposed to do, and it's shortened. Fix it!
The problem was that the green and slate wire was connected to the same terminal as the orange one, and the white one was on its own. In other words, by putting that to that, they'd short-circuited, somebody had short-circuited that switch, look.
But that was just a part of the problem. Yeah. Okay, so the switch is 40 ohms and not 1 ohm, how it's supposed to be. So we think the switch is faulty, but at least I don't have the overdrive engaged all the time and I can drive the car. So we can order a switch. Okay, so let's feed the wheels, and then I can move it around so I can access the master cylinder. We're gonna replace the seals in that, and then we're gonna take you for a drive. I can't put the wheel, and I can't put this down either because I have this thing on it. Well, I moved that, but now this thing won't do anything. The ramp has done this before. If I lower it too far without the wheels fitted, it doesn't have enough power to lift the car back off the ground. So I tried giving it a hand with the jug, but it still wouldn't move. So in the end, it turned out to be nothing more than a blown fuse in the mains plug.
Wanna try?
Yeah. Perfect. Woo! Ow, 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 ow. I want to be able to find maybe today the switch and to order it. So I will take this off. Well, since we already removed the switch, we decided to strip it down and see what was going on inside. You can have a look. As it was already broken, there wasn't much to lose. We gave everything a good clean. This is a magic pen.
It's not magic.
And it turned out the problem was simply that it had too many washers fitted. We didn't fit it all the washers, we're just experimenting at the moment. So one washer was enough, but they fitted 4. This means it works and we can fit it on the car.
Oh, I'll do it.
I'm coming. Wait. So only works in 4th gear?
Yeah.
Woo! Right, we fit it back and now let's test it. Yeah.
Oh, it works. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
We can feel it. It does opposite. The revs.
Never mind, just knock it out of gear. Right, this is a gently job. Because the ramps will slide and we don't want you going over the top, okay?
Yep, that was a bad idea. So we abandoned the ramps. I'm just gonna jack it up. Oh, hello. Oh, here. Here it is. Took one off. I disconnected this. Better. Yes. Yes. Good. Now I guess if I push this out.
Right.
Good, yeah.
5 minutes.
Yay! Wow, good as new. Ta-da! I've cleaned everything, and next I will use this honing tool. Everything is nice and clean.
It's not.
No, it's not. Cut that. Take 2. Everything is nice and clean, so we're gonna fit it back. Morning. So the paint is dry now. Let's fix it on the car. Well, I filed this a little bit because I couldn't really put the spanner too good on it. Well, I think it's everything back in place. I will put some grease oil here or something. Well, I will use this super sticky oil. It's very yummy. Yeah, get this. You like, oh, look how sticky it is. So happy. I hope nothing wrong will happen with it. There's the supervisor chair. And somebody said that's a very fancy chair for a workshop.
It was scrap, it was thrown away, so we had to weld it up.
It was scrap and we just welded. Finally, it was time for the last part, getting the Rover back onto the ramp and bleeding the brakes. It shouldn't have been straightforward, but as usual, the Rover had other ideas. Oh, it's not coming. It's coming?
But only a bit.
Well, I have some fluid now here, which means it was not tied. Okay, I think we should check them all, no? Okay, now it's tidy. A little bit. Oh yeah. It's not really hard yet, so we're gonna do it.
How far does it go down before it gets hard? Oh Christ.
Yeah, it just stopped and I hear the fuel pump. So I think I ran out of fuel.
At least that's what I thought.
Keep pumping.
What's the connection when I press the brake pedal? It stops.
The servo.
Then we got a little confused about which side the bleed nipple went on and which side the brake pipe should go. So after checking some old videos, we swapped them over.
It's better. Doesn't leak anymore.
Yeah, but it's the wrong size ball.
It's the wrong
It's a
ball.
rusty old thing. But you can see, if you've got a curve,
Yeah.
I would have thought that would have gone into a curve,
Yeah.
right, and sealed it.
But it's not very pointed then. Must be round where the ball goes
Yeah.
on the other side as well. So
Yeah.
that's why it leaks.
Yep.
Now where's the ball? So now we know that this
But what's the other side like?
probably is the same.
I
isn't
don't
it?
think the other side was the same.
I think we only had one ball.
Yeah. So that should probably fit the other side. So shall I have a crack at the other side?
Yeah.
It looks like the cylinder was designed for a bleed nipple with a ball on the end rather than a pointed tip. The other side was probably a different type of cylinder as it didn't have one when we removed it. We couldn't find the original ball, so we used a small one we had in a garage instead. Thankfully, it seals perfectly, doesn't leak, so for now, we're good. But no matter how many times we bleed the brakes, the pedal just wouldn't firm up, so we gave a friend a call and got a bit of advice.
Before you put the piston back in, that might help. But they were notorious, and they are notorious for being difficult to bleed. Apparently, in the factory, the main thing was a big air bubble front to back alongside the chassis, and they couldn't get rid of it either. But they had the facility to jack the back of the car up 30 degrees.
Oh.
In order to, commission a car that had otherwise been empty. Well, what worked with me is being very brutal. Imagine someone you really don't like face on the brake pedal and give it a good kicking. That's what you need to do.
According to Matt, we need to be very aggressive. So, Auntie, prepare yourself.
Now you've got to wait in between your aggressiveness.
Sorry, I got carried away. So being aggressive is not the answer. Apparently this one is still.
What was it like when you first had it?
Yeah. No, I think it was about the same. I'm so excited.
After more than 3 months, countless hours in the workshop, and more problems that I could ever expected, we'd finally reached this moment. We've done everything we could. Now there was only one thing left to do. Find out if Auntie will finally drive again. But first, let's test the brakes. The idle speed was a little too high, making it really difficult to select first gear, so we lowered it slightly and gave it another go.
Woo! Come on, Auntie. Is it? Oh my God, I'm so happy! Finally! Now, who would like a pint? Me. Bye-bye.
You've got to get it insured first.
But it also showed me that although we'd made a big step forward, we weren't quite there yet.
So I accelerate and it's look. No. Well, we haven't got that far. But anyway. Well, I'm not sure I'm gonna get it on the street today because we still have some bits to do. And
You've got any sort of air leak, and it increases the revs, you'll probably wouldn't get that first gear.
but it works for a while, and after that it starts again. Easy, does it? I can't change really gears here because it's quite bumpy, but I'm full throttle now. Wait. Oh! Huh? I don't know why it keeps dying. The pedal only goes like, look. So what I will do, I will end this video here. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. And I would like to thank you so much for all the support that I get from you guys with this project. I think it's fantastic. It drives at the moment. Well, still the gate is there, but we still have some work to do on it for that. So yeah, we'll see what else we're doing in the next episode. So all the best. Bye bye. Oh yeah, I think that's good progress.